morning. It is a very blustery May day. It is May 18th. I'm still in my pajamas, but it's really super windy, but I have something very exciting to show you. Somebody's back. So I'll go show you. A couple of them are back. My lovely Swannies are both back. It's too cold. Greg's come out to visit them too. I'm out in bare feet actually. It's
I work both.
Definitely cold, but both of the swans are here. We're hoping that they come around and we'll put some popcorn on. But this is Dancer and Prancer, and hopefully they will come around. No cygnets though. Sad about that. Anyway, I'm gonna go in before my feet freeze. It is super high tide and very, very windy. And oh boy, my feet are cold. The swans are nearby, so it is time to put on some popcorn. I usually just buy the Bargain brand, but I have this fabulous, fabulous thing that I love. This is how I make popcorn, and it just goes in the microwave, pops out, so it saves lots of space, and then I put in 1/3 of a cup of kernels and then throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Most of the kernels pop, and I don't have hot air popped corn going everywhere, so that's always a good thing. Oh, I'm about to open this, but I actually may have a container already open. It's been a while since I've made popcorn. I usually put in about this much popcorn, put the lid in, and then into the microwave it goes. It is definitely super windy out here today. Just a few moments ago, a couple of the eagles were flying by the house and very close to the house. You can hear the wind, and we're not quite at White Cap, but you can hear the water lapping up against the houses. There is an eagle that is soaring just in front of the trees. I'll try and zoom in, but he is kind of camouflaged by the trees. They are really big. They came towards the house. I wish I had had the camera on me at that moment. Popcorn is popping. Wind is blowing, and it's still very, very early in the day. I am not allowed to feed the swans from the shared dock. This is the shared dock. We can only feed them from our property, and because this beauty is on this side here, I can't give you popcorn right now. The partner is under the walkway, way over there. So it is really windy. Maybe they just would prefer to be in this protected area right now rather than around the way. But it is nice to see them both again. I hadn't seen them since, actually I did see one yesterday. I went over to my neighbor's because she sent me a text saying she had a swan alert because I had been saying I hadn't seen them. Anyway, my beautiful swans are enduring the weather and terrorizing the Canadian geese. There's a goose under the walkway there. They don't get along. There's also a duck in there too. Most of the mallards have disappeared. Oh, we're gonna see chasing the duck, or chasing the goose. Or like terrorizing the goose. The goose, of course, wants to stay fairly nearby because it may have its family here, but the swan does not like having the goose around, even though they don't have any cygnets. It is got a one-track mind right now, and it wants to get rid of that goose. It's amazing how fast they power when they have that determination. But that goose is holding its ground. Going away, but still, no, somewhat holding its ground. The other lovely swan is just over here while its partner is chasing the geese away. And it is so windy. I have to share with you, sorry I turned so fast, but I am being blown. The wind is probably catching in the mic so badly, but I am being blown so much that I'm afraid I might fall off the walkway, and that would not be a fun thing to happen at any point, let alone early in the morning. But it's choppy. It's definitely choppy. But this one here is just having a leisurely swim. I have the popcorn ready for whenever they want to come around the other side. But this one, I guess now, is going to go catch up with its partner. I guess we'll see what the rest of the day holds. And I do hope we have some swans coming to visit. Right, beautiful? The other day, we were inland a bit, and we saw our first little duckling, a little mallard duckling, walking across the road because we were inland. And I just looked out the window a moment ago, and I saw a mother mallard. I can see the father mallard in there, and there were, I think, 2 little ducklings. So unfortunately, I can't see them right now. That always happens when you walk outside and you can't quite see them. Anyway, in the reeds there are a couple parent ducks with some little ducklings, but they swam in there pretty quick. Still very blustery. Over on the walkway here are 2 male mallards. See a lot more of the male mallards these days than the females. Over here it looks blustery and gray, but as I turn around, I do see some blue skies coming this way. So it may turn out to be a nicer day after all. Maybe not right away, but in a bit. The 2 swans are actually just between the houses of my neighbors, a couple down, so I'm hoping they come over and get some popcorn, because they are now on the side where I can feed them. But it is still windy. They may not come around quite yet. My patience and popcorn making has been rewarded. Here come Prancer and Dancer. I have my popcorn ready, and it is time to give them a little bit of a snack. So I'm going to put the camera down before I drop it in the water, but it is nice to see them on this side of the house. Well, I think that they are going to have their snack, and they are probably going to want to go back to the protected area. I think the tide is just starting to change because the popcorn is floating down towards the ocean rather than upstream. But at least they've got a little bit of a snack in amongst all of the regular things that they eat as well. Anyway, I think they're going to go for a little bit more protection. And Scout is saying, "Mom, please feed me some popcorn." And the crow is also enjoying a little bit of popcorn. It's calmed down somewhat. The sun is starting to come out. The swans have come around to this side and have now resumed their game of chasing the Canadian geese, Canada geese, into the reeds they go. It's more this one that tends to put the bravado up. I don't know whether it's just like a game for them. They were just out front. There you go. They don't want to go too far because, of course, their babies are just inland. The swan has put his head underneath. Well, oh no, it's not the head. I thought he put his head underneath. But it's just the way he had his head curled up. And his partner is just having a nice leisurely swim on the other side of the ramp there. But as I said, it is calmed down quite a bit. You can see the Canada geese in the reeds. They've got their heads up, aware. Well, the swans have now gone on patrol. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where the little mallard duck is. But always nice to see the swans. It's grooming time. I guess I should give him some privacy. There are a couple of eagles just soaring in front of the house and in front of the trees. Before, when there weren't leaves, it was a lot easier to see them. One is still flying. I think the other one has landed. But it is definitely a fun day for the birds, catching all those gales and floating on them. Anyway, I'm not sure whether you saw the eagles or not, but as I said, I think one is probably in the reeds just ahead. The tide is going out, so it is getting a lot lower, and then the other one has disappeared behind the trees. The eagles, not the tide. Isaac and I are just about to go out, but I looked out my bedroom window, and these 6 male mallard ducks have decided that this is the place to be, enjoying some sunshine, while their partners are in the reeds with any little babies, I guess. And over here we have a preening swan. So mallards to the right, one in the middle, and swans to the left. It's a lot calmer now. The tide is going out, so Isaac has come out to see the swans. He does not want to admit to me that he might actually like the swans, but he's gonna see what they're all about. He's waving to the swan. It's kind of cute, isn't it? The swan doesn't really know him yet. He didn't want to come out and feed them with me when they were on the front earlier. But what do you think? Are they pretty?
Yes, I thought it was funny this morning. I woke up and one of the swans had its wings up and was chasing the raptor geese, so that made me happy.
You and I like when they chase the raptor geese.
Yeah.
But they're so pretty, aren't you? That one there is Prancer, sorry, Dancer, and this one over here is Dancer. No, sorry. This one's Dancer, this one's Prancer, the bigger one. Anyway, I'm thinking that maybe they don't have any cygnets because they are both together and hanging out here today instead of being on a nest. So Isaac and I are going to go out and get a police check done for Isaac. I better go grab your paperwork and we will be on our way. And I just came from the police station. We needed to have Isaac's police check done. And how would you describe that experience, Isaac? Lengthy, a little bit stressful, of course, with different changes of addresses. And but we got it done. So
and the
now
person was nice.
Oh, the person who worked there was wonderful, so that was good. But yeah, that's the only time we go to a police station is for good things. But I am looking at behind me. There's a lovely little bakery that has these little pizza things. I think my son needs to buy me a treat because after all that ordeal, what do you think?
Yeah.
I think I deserve it. He's on it. He's a good son. Look at this delicious focaccia. And there's beautiful pizzas as well. We're getting focaccia and oh yum. We've got a mix of the 4 flavors. I saw this sign earlier. My mama didn't raise no fool, but if she did, it was my brother. Is that how you feel, or are you the fool?
I'm gonna not say anything.
He's not saying, but he was pretty smart in buying mommy focaccia.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be delicious. Isaac, can I tell you how proud I am of you? We sat in that car and you didn't even touch that focaccia. You held it for both of us. So now we're going to go down. I'm going to make a cup of tea. And I am going to enjoy some lovely focaccia. And then I think we're going to call it a day. Because it's been a long way. Isaac is noticing that the tide has gone down. And what did you just say?
It's a lot more steep and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult when it's steep because, of course, you want to be careful that you don't, especially, when it comes straight down to the water. Swans are ahead, but yes, the tide. Ducks are beside. Oh, yeah, ducks are here. Anyway, he thinks he's a duck too, as he quacks away. He's quackers, I tell ya. Don't these look completely lovely? So we're gonna cut them in half. We might even share a little bit with Greg, but after this morning, I'm hungry and I think I could eat quite a bit of this one. I'm really looking forward to this one and this one and this one and that one. They all look delicious. The one thing we do have to be careful of is the olives are not pitted, so we need to be careful not to break a tooth. Anyway, bon appetit, focaccia, and we are going to sign off for the day. And Isaac is going to say
goodbye to the focaccia.
Goodbye to you, goodbye to the focaccia, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's been, even though it's only 1:00 p.m., it's been a long day. Bye. Isaac has his buble and his focaccia. You gonna try a bite?
Okay.
And this is, I think, the spinachy one. And what do you think? Thumbs up for focaccia.